What's going on there, everyone? This is kind of another feel-good story from the Pluralist. Man wears gigantic MAGA hat after people tell him he can't support Trump because he's black. Which is a very racist thing to say, coming from the left. But we know how a lot of the Trump derangement syndrome left-leaning people, they contradict themselves thoroughly throughout every day of their lives. So it's to be expected that they would say something like this. But let's get into the story. A video showing a man sporting a giant Make America Great Again hat and defying the friends who tried to shame him for his support of President Donald Trump has been viewed more than 500,000 times. Bryson Gray was interviewed by CBS 17 before a Monday night Trump rally in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Quote, "I have a lot of friends who tell me that I shouldn't support Donald Trump because I'm black," Gray said. Which is sort of insane because I can support whoever the hell I want. Awesome. And true. And then they also tell me that I shouldn't wear a MAGA hat, so I bought the biggest MAGA hat. Yes, and kudos to you for doing it. That's the thing. This public shaming of people that support the President of the United States, other than being completely moronic, why? Why? I don't recall. I wasn't a big Obama supporter at all. I didn't like his policy. I didn't like his foreign policies. He was a warmonger. I did like his immigration policies, though, because he was tough. He was actually tougher than Trump. And a lot of people would be shocked to hear that. But yes, indeed, look at his record. He was tougher on immigration than Trump has been. But I tell you what, this makes me so happy. This makes me so happy to see. And what makes me happy to see is just this guy, Mr. Gray, he understands, he gets it, He gets it, and other people, the people, his left-leaning friends still don't get it. They don't get that people shouldn't have to bend the knee to the authoritarians on the Democratic Party, or in the Democratic Party. Why? Rules for thee and not for me happens all the time. If they wanted to go out and support, their president when they had Obama, good on you, go for it. I'll support him in the role that he is the president of the United States and he is the leader of the free world. I'll support him in that role to an extent, I will still have disdain for things he does and whatnot like that. But you didn't see this big, oh my God, everyone going crazy all the time on the right, You didn't see the right doing that when Obama was in office. You just didn't see it. All these freaking protests everywhere and all these activist groups everywhere causing scenes and, it's gotten so old that no one even cares anymore. No one even cares. It's funny to me. After the Twitter account for the Trump War Room shared the clip with nearly 300,000 followers, Gray became a sensation in the Trump world. So far, the tweet containing Gray's 18-second local news interview has been retweeted more than 10,000 times and garnered nearly 33,000 likes. Trump himself shared the clip on his official Instagram account. Most of the commentators responding to the video were effusive and in their praise for the North Carolina man. Eventually, Gray himself showed up in the reply section of the thread. And he just said, "Thanks everyone, that's me though. WTF." All that. Gray gained thousands of followers following the viral I can't speak today. I can't speak hardly half the time, so it doesn't matter. From his CBS 17 interview. "I don't follow crowds, I do what I want. I'm not your average conservative. Sorry, not sorry." Well, one thing I'll say on that point, I don't think most of us modern conservatives are your average conservatives anymore. We're growing the party. We're growing not just in numbers, but we're growing in ideology. Because we don't have to all be the same. We don't have to all think the same to be a conservative. You don't. We disagree within the Conservative Party quite a bit. But we talk. We talk to the people we disagree with. That's something the leftist-leaning people don't do. They won't. They very rarely, I won't say they won't, but they very rarely will speak to people with opposing views. They won't debate it. And if they do, it's usually just trying to put down the person in some way or another, and ends in calling them, whatever name they can figure out. It's simple. Simplistic thinking. Earlier this month, a Pulitzer Prize finalist sparked controversy on social media after she said that people who wear red hats were guilty of engendering fear among the populace. A red hat. That's where we're at. That's where the leftist, and I'm not saying Democrats when I say leftist, I'm saying these type of people. People like this, the snowflakes. Novelist Rebecca Mackey, 41, asked her Twitter followers if she was the only one made really uncomfortable these days by anyone wearing any kind of red baseball cap. What? If you're scared of a red baseball cap, which many sports teams and all this stuff also have, you're an idiot. You should probably lock yourself in your house and never come outside again. Because if you can be offended by a red hat that says, "Make America Great Again," then you are truly something special. Some special little snowflake that is just melting every time you walk out of your house. Come on. How about y'all stop trying to be authoritarian dictators and leave people alone? Because last time I checked, we're in the freest place in the world. We can do what we want, especially when it's not hurting anybody. I've tried to get my hands on a red MAGA hat numerous times, but I keep getting camouflage hats. I shit you not, excuse my language, but I've ordered quite a few that said they were red MAGA hats, and they all came in different camos. But I like camo. I'm a hunter, so I'm good with it. Also, this is Miss Mackey again. Also, for the love of God, the clever folks wearing "Make America Read Again" or whatever caps, no, you're making everyone scared. Don't do it, she said in another tweet. No, you're not. If you wear a red hat of any sort, whether it's a joke "Make America Read Again" hat, or whether it's a "Make America Great Again" hat, you're not making anybody that matters scared. You're making freak activist, authoritarian, dystopian freaks scared. Like, the realistic majority of the country doesn't care. I walk around with Trump hats on, I walk around with Trump t-shirts on, and no one ever says one word to me. Never had it happen. I've had people ask me questions, but they weren't like berating me and saying how offended they were. No, they asked legitimate like policy questions and stuff, and so I would sit there and talk to them. This is not America. These people like her are not America. People like Mr. Gray are America. That's what represents America, not these freaks on the left. As evidenced by Mackey's tweets, a segment of Trump's critics, so closely associated with the president, with white nationalism, that in their eyes, anyone who supports him supports bigotry. A debate has broken out between liberals who view the MAGA hats as a symbol of hate and conservatives who find such an idea completely ludicrous. Because it is ludicrous. It is. And this whole white nationalism thing is completely made up by the media. There is no giant threat of white nationalism. It's just, especially from the conservative party. It's not happening. I'm sorry. Us conservatives completely denounce white nationalists. I completely denounce any ethno-state, whether it comes from white, black, yellow, brown. It doesn't matter. That's wrong. That's a wrong, archaic way of thinking. It's simple. Diversity is awesome. You know, I like cultural appropriation. You know, I have a sombrero, like a legit one that I went to Mexico and got. Yeah, because it's funny and it's kind of cool. It's a pretty spectacular sombrero. It's not like your average Mexican restaurant sombrero. It's a legit sombrero. It's pretty sweet. But yeah, I mean, come on. What is going on? What is going on? This man, this awesome guy that thinks for himself, is a great representative of the conservative party. We see this a lot though nowadays. You've seen groups that are gay groups that have come out, gays for Trump. You've seen women for Trump. You've seen blacks for Trump. You've seen Latinos for Trump. Because Trump's not racist. The left's just stupid. I mean, and there's no other way to put it. I can't put it any nicer than that. Because that's all this is pure ignorance from the left. And I say the left and not Democrats because there are... I don't know why I say this all the time, but I feel I have to clarify it. But there are Democrats that get it. They understand because they're living in reality. But the left is not in reality anymore. The left has left the building when it comes to reality. But I'd love to hear your comments, and as always, like, share, and subscribe. I will catch you on the flip side.